Hi friends, I'm John Laspina, your carnivore teacher. Lifestyle can be a cure, but it can also be the culprit to a problem. Let me explain. If you smoke, if you drink, if you vape, if you do something in your life that is known to be harmful, that's a bad lifestyle and it will have negative consequences. If you work out and you lift heavy things, not too much, just enough. Some people overdo that. But, work out, walk, ride, bike, jog, lift, pray, spiritual, meditate, breathe, deep breathing, manage stress. If you're doing the helpful things, they're very good for you. So sometimes the same thing that hurts you, doing the opposite. So change your lifestyle. Think about what you do. And if you need to remove something that is harmful, replace it with something that's helpful. Oftentimes, when we take out something that we are used to, we have a big gaping hole and we miss it. We get depressed. We go through withdrawal. So you have to fill that hole. Very similar to when a smoker stops smoking. They eat lots and lots of junk food because they're not smoking. Well, instead of eating lots of junk food, they should be replacing the smoking with something else that's neutral or healthy. Don't replace it with eating a lot of junk food. The same thing. If you remove a bad habit, replace it with something neutral or helpful, healthy. I'll give you an example. Let's say that you're stopping drinking sugary sodas and you miss it like crazy. You have to replace the act of drinking that sugary soda with drinking electrolyte water with a little squeeze of lime in it maybe. You're replacing. If you just stop drinking soda, most people fail. They're like, they go through withdrawal. There's a hole. Replace the hole with something else. It may not be what you're used to. You may go through a little withdrawal, but you're at least doing the action and you're getting the liquid. It's going down, getting a little lime or lemon if you added that. It's better than just stopping and leaving a gaping hole. If you smoke cigarettes, replace it by doing an activity. Every time you would smoke, you do something else to replace that action. It's not the same thing, I know, but at least you're replacing the gaping hole with something else that eventually becomes a normal routine that's healthy. Removal and replacement is a very effective and healthy strategy to making yourself a better person and having a better life. Coffee. All right, coffee has some benefits, but there's more detriments to drinking coffee, in my opinion. Watch my coffee stopping video. And if you want to take that step, that leap, and quit coffee, don't just stop and leave a gaping hole. You're going to miss it and you might fall off and start drinking again. Replace the drinking with something else. Some people do bone broth the same time in the morning, maybe bone broth with butter in it. You're getting something warm, you're getting the cup, you're getting the action. It's replacing. And it's not so much of a loss. There's no gaping hole. It's different, but it's not so devastating to people. When they stop something they're so used to, they don't know how to do it. I'll tell you something I am dealing with and still am dealing with. And I don't think it's ever going to leave me. All my life, we grew up, we always had dessert after every meal. Maybe not breakfast, but after lunch or dinner, I always had something sweet. It was cake, it was pie, it was candy, it was chocolate. It was something sweet. That's why they called it dessert. It was always part of the meal. When I went out to dinner, I would ask for the dessert menu. Now I'm a carnivore, and before I was a ketovore and keto. I'm going on 6 years of not eating sugar and junk food and candy and carbs, and I still, almost 6 years after a healthy meal that totally filled me up, the brain kicks in and it wants something sweet. Not that it's craving sugar per se, that's out of my system, but I have the neuron path in my brain that has been created for decades of growing up eating something sweet, and all of a sudden I don't have it. There's a gaping hole. So what do? I have pushed past it, and I'm telling you, it's terrible. I want something sweet, and I have to get my mind busy so that I forget about it, and it passes. In about 5 or 10 minutes, the urge disappears. That urge is really powerful and really strong. A friend of mine told me to get 2 little balls, and every time you finish a meal, grab the 2 balls and just squeeze. As you're thinking about the dessert, squeeze instead. I do it for a couple minutes, and then I put the balls down. And eventually, that takes the place of the dessert in my brain. And eventually it does. It makes it easier. I still get those darn urges to have something sweet after a meal. I just squeeze my balls. Oh, that sounds bad, doesn't it? I take those 2 balls and I compress them. How about that? I compress the balls and I don't care about the dessert as much. It's true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you liked, I can't stop laughing now. If you liked my squeeze the balls video, click the thumbs up and share it with your friends and family, and become a subscriber if you wish. And you can take control over any addiction that you have, any craving, by replacing it with something neutral or healthy. Have a good day, everybody.